Consistency is the new modern buzzword, but there's actually something really important behind it. It is one of the most crucial factors in achieving your goals. I'm gonna tell you why. The example used in this video will be about weight loss, primarily because it's a relatable subject, and there's lots of videos and evidence about it, but you can also use the consistency examples for other things like building muscle mass. So if you've got any questions, you can leave them down in the comment and then I'll reply to you. If we take consistency as in being in a calorie deficit and wanting to lose weight, you have these 7 glasses of water, or at least imagine so. Maybe let's put the weekend down here because the weekend's quite different from normal everyday life. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The goal here is to lose weight, and I use kilograms. It doesn't really matter what unit it is. So if you use pounds or stones, don't worry about it. But let's say on Monday you're doing pretty good. You're in a calorie deficit. On Tuesday you're still in a calorie deficit. You're doing pretty good. Wednesday you're feeling a little bit more hungry, like so. And then on Thursday you ate a lot on Wednesday, so you don't feel hungry at all. And then on Friday you go out and you have a few Friday beers because social life is important too. And then on Saturday you eat way more than you estimated, so you're actually in a calorie surplus. So here, because this container is your daily intake, not your daily intake, your recommended intake, sorry, but because you ate a lot, it's overflowing. At least that's what it's supposed to resemble. So you ate a lot on Saturday and it just overflowed, and then on Sunday you felt bad about yourself, or maybe you just weren't hungry, so you didn't eat a lot. Now, the important thing to note here is, despite you overeating then, some people might think, oh, well, I overate, so now it doesn't matter. I can just go back to square one. It's all or nothing. But actually, if you put all of these together, all these 7 days, and you have one big cup, and you plus them together and divide them by days, you would actually lie around about here. So you would still decrease in weight. Like, you would still lose weight. You just do it slowly, but slowly is good. And that is why consistency is such a crucial thing, because even if the scale, and this is also why it's important to make lots of measurements along the way if you're doing a weight loss or if you're putting on muscle. But let's say this is a graph. This is weight, and this is time, right? So obviously as time passes, you'll go further up the axis, and then weight starts from, I'll just say 100 here, 100 kilos, and then 0 down here. And as you go down, a decrease. But you might have a week looking like this, where you start off at 100, you weigh 100 kilograms. After this week, you might be down here. Another week, you might have 8. A little more. Actually, you might have overflown. But you get back to scratch. And then you just start over and you go back to eating in a calorie deficit. But you might lie up here. Maybe because you ate a little bit too much, like were in a calorie surplus. Or maybe your body just carried around some more water. But anyway, scale has gone down and up. So here you might get demotivated and think, oh, why bother? Scale goes up no matter how hard I try. But if you keep going at it, you will find the scale will actually continuously do this. And then obviously you'll stop here because you don't weigh 0 kilograms. But I'm just trying to illustrate a point. And so if I mark out all the points where you've done a weight gain, you will actually see that overall your weight has gone from here 100 kilos to whatever that is, but it's lower. But if you just stick with it, it will get better as long as you make sure that your system and method is in place. Like if you know and you are tracking that 80% of the time you are in a calorie deficit, you will get there. Now, some people might like to lose weight fast, but I always ask them, why do you want to do it fast? There's nothing wrong with wanting to lose weight fast, but often we put a time pressure on something because we want to make it in time, or we feel like it's like we have to do it within 2 months. And so some of the before and after pictures you see on Instagram, some of them are quite unrealistic. Some might be realistic. I haven't looked at every single one of them, but usually you would lose about 0.5 kilos, so half a kilo, to 1 kilo per week. So I'll just write 1 week here. Whereas sometimes on Instagram you might see that a person has lost 10 kilos in a month, whereas 4 kilos for 1 week, 4 kilos for 1 month is very plausible, and it's really tough, but hats off to you. I mean, that's amazing. So, and losing weight is a long process if it's going to be consistent. If you drop weight fast, like let's say you do one of those fast diets, you know, where you don't eat anything at all, you're just down here, well, then your body gets used to not eating anything, and then your body goes into, I don't like to use the word term survival mode. It just adapts to not eating as much. And then when you go back to normal here, because you're really hungry from not eating anything, your body will think, oh, we didn't get all of this food before, so now we better use it wisely and maybe store some more. And actually, as you fast, your body and your bodily processes will reduce. It won't reduce the amount that you burn, like stored fat and stuff, but it will use a different, not a different system. It's really difficult to explain, but it will just utilize it better. But because it's so adaptable that when you go back to normal, you wouldn't really have any benefits. You would just suffer from being hungry. And in my opinion, it's not really worth it. So there are lots of diet out there, especially the 1,200 cal diet. Not feasible at all, since that in order to get nutrients or adequate amount of nutrients for your body to function, you would need 1,500 cal. If you want to convert this into kilojoules, you can do the easy maths and times it by 4 and you would have it in kilojoules. I don't know off the top of my head, but usually we use calories. But this would be, like, if you really want to do one of those low calorie diets, then stick with this one. Do not use 1,200 calorie diets. Your body can't be sustained. I hope you guys like this type of video. This is a new concept I came up with because I just like drawing on the whiteboard, hence the little mess that I made. But I find it quite enjoyable, and if you found it interesting and you learned something new, you can hit the follow button and you can comment down below on something you would like in the next video. I'll see you around, and I hope you use this. Bye bye.